folks. This soap today is going to be Cella. As you can tell from the date down here, this soap formulation has been around for a good long while. That's what it looks like on the inside there. Has an almond scent to it. Very nice soap. I like it. Got alum block complete with rubber band. Still using Sterling Switch Hazel unscented with menthol. I'm going to follow the shave up with Alfred's Desire. This is an aftershave balm. And blade of the day. It comes in a handy dandy container like this. This is the only one I have like this. Otherwise, the rest of the Wilkinson sword blades come in one like this. So I thought that dispenser was pretty unique. It's somewhat different. It's a different size. Not sure why the difference. Easier to hang on to, I guess, maybe. I don't know. That's the blade I'm using in the R41. This rose gold handle. Very nice looking shaver. You can tell that this one has just a very slight overhang, but for the most part, that razor blade is pretty well covered up. And that's what it looks like on the blade exposure. My experience with this shaver has been pretty good. I don't remember shaving with a Wilkinson sword, excuse me, with this shaver. I've got it whipped up here in my favorite red bowl here, smooth bottom, and this is a Peerless original knot as far as I know. I bought it along with the box. The interesting thing I like about this particular brush is if you are old enough to remember, that's how things used to be priced a long time ago. Used to be an ink stamp on the bottom, 45 cents. Too bad I didn't get it back then, huh? Because I paid a whole lot more than 45 cents for it. Go ahead and get started with the aftershave. I mean, not the aftershave, but the Preshave Cube. I've been looking forward to the shave with an R41. I haven't shaved with it in quite a while. Matter of fact, this whole series, the next shaves are going to be with shavers that are similar to the R41 that some may consider aggressive. And one of them in particular will be with a Bakelite from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And the version I have is ox blood red, so don't know if I have had not any issues with weepers or nicks or cuts with that one, but I did get that color just because it being red. A lot of people, when they see the R41, that's what they think is red. In other words, there will be blood. I've been very fortunate with this shaver that it has not caused me any issues. Really nice shaves. The comes with instructions with the box, and I did take a moment to glance through it, and one of the things it did mention was gentle pressure. And if your technique is a little bit off, this shaver here might help you learn the gentle pressure technique. You can kind of tell that knot is very small. I haven't measured it, but if I had to guess, maybe 18 millimeter, maybe. It's not very big at all. I'm going to get started with the first pass here. Like I said, just gentle pressure. The I'll see if I can't hunt down how much it weighs. I would not consider it a heavyweight. At least it doesn't feel that way to me. The handle, I'd say most of the weight's in the head. Sometimes for me, depending on the shaver, weight in the head works well, especially if it's a shaver like this. Let that weight on the head, sharpness of the blade, do the work. Just let it glide on through. There's just a little bit of a feedback there. I am not much of a buffer, so I don't know if that technique would work better with a shaver like this. It might. That is really cool though. With this shaver, it's very efficient. So if you enjoy two-pass shaves, this might be the shaver for you. The Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement slanted open comb would be one like that too. I mean, it is a very efficient shaver. The blade feel, the way I remember it with that shaver, was very present. Nothing like the R41. In other words, it's more present than what the R41 is. R41, in my opinion, the blade presence is not quite as pronounced as it is with the slanted open comb from Phoenix. Every once in a while I feel like it's good to shave with shavers like this, because it's the idea. I got a friend, I was going to mention it at the beginning. I have a friend flying around in here this morning, and I couldn't shoo him out the door, so you might see him from time to time. It smells good. Nose has been working well here lately. It's quite nice. Yeah, especially if you're trying to get ready for work and you're running short on time, a two-pass shave with a shaver like this might be in order. I want to thank everybody for the responses on the Schoen razor, knowing how to pronounce it, and more or less kind of confirming what I was thinking already, that it might be a rebranded razor. I know last time I shaved with it, I really enjoyed it. Like I say, it's definitely one of those that I would consider you can get a pretty good two-pass shave with it. It was an article that was I saw from that was in Sharpologist, and not only that, the idea of how Don from Wet the Face, how he more or less how he shaves is lathers up one time and rolls with it. And for me, that's something I've been pondering for a while. Just haven't quite figured out how I can do it to make it work for me. I think it's going to take me several shaves in a row of practicing. And then you kind of notice, for the most part, he sticks to one shaver. And that's probably something that I would need to do in order to, quote unquote, master that kind of shave. But a two-pass shave, I know with the grain, in other words, going from north to south, but then on the second one, in other words, I'm not so sure that across the grain pass out of coming across this way would be alright, but down here, I think more at an angle on both sides, I would catch more whiskers going that direction. Even though that might be looking like another with the green pass, just depending on how your whiskers grow. I know I'll catch more. I've noticed, I've kind of tested it out a little bit on how it grows, which one would catch more whiskers, because I've got some odd growth back over here on each side that I really want to get something smoother. That's what I'd need to do. But for the most part, shaving against grain just like this will get most of it. Nobody's never going to see it. It's just I know it's there. If anybody notices anything, it's usually the closer I get to my chin area. And that is, from years gone by, that is a trouble spot, as well as the upper lip, because the hair is densely populated right there. That's where I think the buffing probably would work a whole lot better. Gentle pressure. Back then, using a cartridge, I had no idea. I saw Lee's video last night. I watched it, and he was shaving with a plastic razor, like a travel razor or something that you know, purchase to go on a trip, and that way if your luggage gets lost, it's not a great loss, losing a $1 or $2 shaver. And Supermax, yeah, I think that was the name of it. And anyhow, that being a plastic shaver, and he was quite surprised on how good of a shave he got with it. And kind of makes you wonder sometimes, a Bakelite or lightweight shaver for some folks might actually work out better than one that's, you know, made out of metal. Something to think about. If you haven't tried a plastic or a lightweight Bakelite type shaver, might be something you might be interested in giving a whirl. They're usually fairly inexpensive. For instance, Douglas is at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement. Usually they're running right around the $20 mark. And the Merkur, I think it's a model 45, I think. Sometimes you'll find them on eBay, for instance. The Bakelite version, you'll find it with or without the case. I would recommend getting the case, just for the fact that if you're going to be using it for a travel razor, it gives you the opportunity to put some blades in there with it too. Kind of keep it all organized, if you will. Boy, feels good. It is very smooth today. Yeah, that is a really nice shape. In my opinion, effortless. I mean, just go through the motions like you normally would with any other shaver. My face is very smooth without even trying real hard. In other words, I've got, like I was talking about, working at an angle, I got one right over it. You see me from time to time, you see my videos. If I was to catch this part at an angle, BBS, easy peasy. I really like this shaver. It's a beautiful looking shaver. When they came out with the rose gold handle, that was a good thing. Now, if you're looking to find one, and it might depend on where you're at, and it's been a moment since I looked, but the way I remember it, the name of the website, it's a UK website, it's called The Modern Man, and I remember right, if you order $25 or more, the shipping is free. And if I remember right, not the rose gold handled one, but the chrome looking one, stop, stupid fly. Excuse me. I think it's $35, and to me that's a very good price. At least that's the way I remember it on the website. But I saw the rose gold and had to have it. Last time I looked there, they were still out of stock. That is one thing I'd have to say about that website, is when you find that item that you're really wanting and liking, and it usually will come at a price that you like there, they go out of stock and stay out of stock for a bit longer than what I would think a person would have their stuff out of stock for. But at any rate, if you're interested in looking at one but don't want to pay the $45 to $55 range, if I remember right, it was like $35. Great shaver. I really like it. I know it's not for everybody. It's kind of like lightweight shavers. For me, is a bit of a challenge. I really have to pay attention to what I'm doing. And I guess you might say, for me, that's where paying attention to my technique. Lightweight shavers for me aren't as quite as forgiving, but for Lee it worked out just fine. He was quite happy with his shave with that lightweight shaver. So here pretty soon, when I get that one in the mail, definitely gonna, how can you say, stay really focused on using lightweight shavers to try to get accustomed to it and figure out how to use them where they work well for me. Where I get a smooth, comfortable shave like this one here. I mean, this is great. That menthol has a cooling effect. It is really nice. I should have done this a long time ago. I knew Sterling had this witch hazel. I just never got around to pulling the trigger. Menthol, just, I don't know why I didn't finally click in my head that this would be a good thing. This aftershave balm, I managed to get this a while back, and I'd have to say, for me, where I'm at here in the States, this is not the easiest thing to find. I shook it up before the start of the video. You can kind of see the opening there. It's a relatively small opening, but it's you may have to be just a little careful in how you squirt it out. It is not a very thick aftershave balm, and it's about I wouldn't say gold, but it's leaning that direction, maybe a dark beige color. I would show you, but it would just run right out of my hand. So it's one of those situations where a little will go a long ways. I'll try to include the scent profile for this. Smells great though. It was one of those finds on eBay, if I remember right, that I had decided that I would give it a try, because I hadn't seen it, and it looked like it was, I guess you might say, of quality. And no more what I've got on my hand, I can smell it. Today's Sunday, if I haven't mentioned it, I did sleep in this morning. My usually wake up time is around 4 o'clock in the morning, and I slept in till around 8. This is a very nice scent. Aftershave balms, I like using them from time to time. It's a nice switch up from a splash. I poured about a dime size in my hand, and that was just about the right amount. It doesn't look like it's going on. I don't ever remember it being greasy or anything like that. In other words, where your face would shine. Shiny face. But speaking of that sort of thing, got it under the sink here. From time to time, especially maybe in the afternoon, when my face may feel a little bit dry. Let me grab it real quick. If you're looking for an aftershave cream that has a cooling effect, and this is one I have here, it comes in a 12-ounce container. It's from Lucky Tiger. It's a vanishing cream that has menthol, and this is, let me show you what it looks like on the inside. Very nice stuff. I've had this one here for a little while, so I got a long ways to go. As you can kind of tell, I've got a long ways to go to make it go away. For the price and how much you get of this, definitely a great value. And when you put this cream on, you know how, like, for instance, my head, especially like my head being shiny, using this cream, it has more of a satin finish, if you will, matte. The shine isn't there. So if that's something you're trying to, if that's something you're trying to avoid, is something shiny, you might consider using a Lucky Tiger vanishing cream. Like I say, 12 ounces, that's a lot in there, and a little bit does go quite a ways. I had a great shave today. Now, using some of these lightweight shavers, we'll see how well I do. See if I don't get some weepers. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.